Alright, what up, everyone? I'm not gonna lie, I would not be, you know, what's the word? It'd be wrong of me to say I'm feeling great right now. I'm not feeling super great, um, but I'm still here. I feel like, I don't know, you can kind of tell my voice is a little weird. I think I'm like maybe a little sick, but whatever. I still wanna show up to the charts, so yeah. But like I said, yeah, I'm still showing up to the charts, still here. So, hey, what up, Snowman? Good morning. So, like I was saying, for you guys just now joining, I'm a little late, and it's because honestly, I'm not feeling that good. Um, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of sick. You can tell my voice is a little different right now. I don't know why. Plus, we're at all time highs, and I don't know, it's just annoying to be at all time highs, and yeah. I wish it could be perfect. I wish I did not have to, you know, I wish everything could go perfectly smoothly. I had infinite time to review the market, and then I could get up and live trade right on time. But I don't know. The reality is life's not like that. So, all right. I need to open up Top Step if I trade. Nah, I'm probably not gonna trade, but I'm gonna. Yeah, now I'm probably not gonna trade. But if I did take a trade, then I don't know. What up, Kirk? Yo, what up, everyone? We got a lot of people today. But like I was saying, guys, I'm not feeling super great. I'm still on the charts. That's why I'm late right now, is because I'm not feeling super great. But we're still gonna observe price action. I mean, we're at all-time highs. I don't know how much of an opportunity we're gonna have, but hey, you can probably tell like my voice is a little off, and it's just because I'm not feeling super great. But it's crazy because we've been saying that we were going to get this move from this daily gap to back to all time highs this whole time. And I feel like I should have taken more advantage of it because I said it. I probably said it at the start of every single stream I did was that we were going to go from this daily for value gap back up to all time highs. And yet I feel like I just didn't take good enough advantage of it. And the only issue is like when I say that, I have to be like, okay, what actual opportunity was there? Honestly, this 15-minute gap, this is probably, a good gap to go long to target these highs. Because, I mean, it's in discount of this. Sorry, guys, I was just experimenting with trying to have that be an easier way to mark out quarters. So, discount of this, we rebalanced the discount of this. So honestly, this is a 2022 model on the 15-minute because we rebalanced the discount, and you don't even need to rebalance the discount. So honestly, this 15-minute gap was probably the opportunity for a trade within this price like higher, and then we got those stacked SMTs. You see the Dark Phoenix? No way. That's crazy. Yeah, and then we had these 15-minute SMTs, obvious accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I guess this was the main opportunity. I think one takeaway from this though that I have is right. We had this 15-minute gap, and why am I not looking at price action right now? Because there's nothing to look at. There's nothing. There's nothing to look at. So we're just commentating on what's been happening. We had a 15-minute gap. And I think one big takeaway from this is we rebalanced the discount, so we know this is likely gap to hold. So honestly, 15-minute 2022 gap, and then we get a change in state of delivery on the aligned time frame out of this 2022 gap, and we get those stacked SMTs that were time based. Let's check this out: 90-minute SMT, 22-minute SMT, and then so obviously accumulation, manipulation, and guys, I would even consider this. I mean, this is just from what I'm looking at right here, but maybe you could consider that a change in state of delivery. Maybe. Alright? I don't know. But there's no, or maybe you consider this change in state of delivery. I don't really know. If it's not an obvious change in state of delivery, I guess I'd try not to mark it out, but I don't know. If what I think about all order blocks being changed state deliveries is true, then maybe you can consider that. I don't know. I'm just kind of like letting my brain flow, because as always, no one teaches me these things. You kind of just have to figure it out, right? But clearly, this did, respect price. So maybe, right? Maybe you could consider this change in state. And why do I even experiment with things that I don't know for sure? Because if it's the truth, no one's gonna just walk over and tell me, hey, this is the better way to do this. So you kind of just have to figure it out. Just a thought, right? Maybe you could consider this change in state. Maybe you could consider this change in state, because there's no change in state until like here, and obviously this is just too late, right? So yeah, honestly, guys, I'm just gonna say I think I would consider this change in state right here. And then so accumulation, manipulation, change in state, wheel over higher. What up, Javier? Good morning. Yeah, I know what change in state is. I literally made the video on change in state, what everyone uses. What I'm saying is, if you want to get better at trading, you have to you have to conceptualize what you're doing, not just trade it pattern trading, right? Technically, change of state could be seen as just like an order block, because on the lower time frame, these are up close candles, right? But I'm wondering, and I think I would consider this change of state as well. All right, anyway, let's move on. The government shut down. We're going to get horrible PA. Yeah, man. It's just so much fun being at all-time highs, guys. Like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? This is just so fun. Honestly, there's a good chance I'm, just going to tape read today. But we will have to see. Oh, I have to switch out the copy trading. Let me do that real quick. And guys, if you're just now getting here, you're probably like, why are you late? Why did it take you so long to get on the charts? Guys, I'm not feeling super good right now. And honestly, I'm just exhausted, But I'm still here. I'm still showing up. You can kind of tell my voice is kind of a little weird right now. And I don't know really what's going on with me, but I'm not feeling great. So I was a little late. I try not to have that happen, but whatever. Do you not use pivot points? What do you mean? Not. I don't really know what you mean by pivot points. The stuff FA uses. I wanna use them more. I always forget. The institutional pivot points. Oh yeah. I think it's pretty cool, isn't it? Just I don't understand what that means, but I've definitely seen it hold like a PD array would. Yeah. I know these. I just don't understand what it is. Like, what is it anyway? But I have observed it, you know, serving as an interaction with price. Which, see, look, right? This is where all these support levels are, and then bang. So I like it. I just don't understand what it means. Like, I don't know what pivot points are. But anything that works, I don't care if it's a ICT concept, smart money concept. I will use anything that has logic to it. That's kind of how I am as a trader. Is I don't put myself in a box. Yeah, well, but like, what is it though? Like, I understand that is that's what it means, but what do the lines actually mean? Oh, I looked it up one time. Oh yeah, we should definitely mark out the RTH gap. That's a great idea, Kirk. Thank you. So we're gonna get this down to the downside. So maybe we'll have a short on market open. It's always possible, you know. Midnight, the draw on liquidity. Yeah, I know that there's resistance and support levels. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Like where did they get them from? How are they calculated? And what's the logic behind it? I always try and figure out what's the logic behind something that I'm using, right? What is the logic, the reason those are support and resistance? Because obviously it's working. I'm not saying it's not good. I don't know what it is or what it means. Like, for instance, with StatMap, like, I know that that's the statistics on every single candle that's ever formed. So that's why I like StatMap. I try and make sure I understand what it is, not just trading blindly like, oh, this is just something that works. Okay. Yeah, we are very much above midnight. All right, we'll look at it. I'll look into it more later. I think pivot points are very useful though. I really do. Above midnight, above 7:30. Oh yeah, let's get my personal account set up in case I'm gonna take a trade on that. But guys, right now I'm just sitting on my hands. Unless we get something obvious, I try not to do anything. Right, let me make one more time. Let me make sure this is set up. Copy trading is set up. 6 liter. Okay. All right, it's set up. Okay, we're good. All right, market opens, delivering us lower. Our market's opening right now. Wait. But guys, I'm being thoughtful. I'm just gonna wait. Let me know what you guys are thinking, right? Let me know what you guys are thinking. We're above 7:30. We're above midnight. Wow, what is going on with equal lows on YM? That is interesting. Yo, what up, everyone? D. Austin, how are you, bro? We just got market open. There we go. We're delivering lower. We're gonna go fill the RTH gap. That's Kirk, you called it. Kirk, you called it, man. But then again, I know I want to short too, but I'm not gonna just short. I feel like it very well could always just reverse at any time. We have 7:30 here, so pay attention to this and how we interact with it. We might end up sweeping this out, getting SMT with it, at which point maybe we'll need a long. So just consider that as a possibility, right? What do we have? We would need to see probably SMT with this low right here, because then that would be a partial sequential SMT, because it'd be from the previous 90-minute quarter. It wouldn't be the actual low though, so that's why I say partial. But I'm liking that we're getting a drop lower because it's giving us some opportunity now. It's giving us a little bit more opportunity, which is exactly what we want. Right now we do have SMT actually, and we might not take 730 because S&P already took 730. So right now we already have 90-minute partial SMT right here. Did you trade yesterday? Yeah, I was on the chart yesterday. Yeah. I'm gonna be precautious here. We do have a 15-minute gap. Let me know what you guys are thinking, because I hate getting tunnel vision. Obviously, I want to take a good trade too, so. We bounced into this 1-minute gap here. Where's the first? Do we have first presented for value gap yet? Alright guys, keep a lookout for when this first presented for value gap forms, because you never know. We might get something off of that if it forms. We're just gonna be patient. But yeah, now we're probably gonna go fill this regular trading hours gap that's just now formed, right? Kirk and I, we were just looking at this. You can see how big this is. Then again, guys, when the RTH gap is super big, a lot of time you won't go fill it right away, because that means the market's expanding, which kind of, invalidates the RTH gap. But that's besides the point. It's possible we do fill it. It's very possible. I'm going to try and clean up the chart. Shorted off the rejection of the pivot point. Let's go. Hopefully that, I could definitely see that playing out. We got quite a big RTH gap below. As always, guys, do what you think is best. And just use what I'm saying as maybe just another piece of advice, but, you got to make your own decision with what you want to do. So, still, I feel like most likely, since market's so bullish, this might just be a Judas swing. I'm actually going to zoom out for a second. Like, obviously the market's expanding higher. So it would be logical to just say, okay, this is possibly just going to be a Judas swing, whatever, with this move lower, and then we'll expand at 10 a.m. But I could be totally wrong. Once again, this RTH gap below. Maybe we are just going to fill this. Kind of just waiting for something obvious. And then yesterday we had something like this. We had a death candle and I tried shorting it. Remember that, guys? I tried shorting on a death candle. but there wasn't an obvious sweep, and so I got wrecked. And so same here, like this is not super obvious to me yet. So even though we have a death candle, I don't think I'm gonna do anything because I'd rather wait for an obvious trade that aligns with my back testing. Like this isn't something that I'd put in my back testing notes. So obviously I'm not gonna take it if it doesn't make sense to do that. But you know, guys, it's just not easy. It's not easy. Like this, I would never have a trade that looks like this that I journaled in my back testing. It's just weird. This is not a trade for my back according to my back testing. And pay attention to that, you know, we still don't know how these 15-minute, 1 hour, 4-hour candles are going to close, right? So right now we're just watching price, I guess. Who knows if there's any opportunity or not. Did we get the first presented for value gap? You know, if we do retest the first presented for value gap, we could short off of it. Oh my, dude, we did. Oh, am I just blind? Oh my gosh. What? Did I just miss this? First presented for value gap. Okay, so shorting off of this could end up delivering us lower. I'm not, once again, this is just, I'm not, this is probably, good chance it works, bro. I don't like this kind of trade, but this is probably, this could work. Just because I've seen trades like this work, and I don't necessarily like them a ton, but they usually end up working. Because first presented for value got 15-second change in state. Oh man. So the lesson here might be like you just gotta take these. And I don't personally like these kinds of trades. But oh my gosh. Yeah, the lesson here is maybe just take them in the future. Right? What's the logic behind this? Right? First presented for value gap. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of these. Let's go, Javier. Way to go. Not a huge fan of these because I like it when I have an obvious AMD and then a low resistance liquidity run. That's usually the kind of trades that I like to take. This is just kind of feeling, it's like almost like a move chasing price. But so that's why I say I don't like these kinds of trades. But the thing about it is I do see them work quite a bit. Which is why I'm trying to be objective about it and say, yeah, this could work. I don't love these kinds of trades personally. So what is this? What you guys might be wondering, what kind of trade even is this? We had the first presented for value gap form. We came up, tapped it, and then we got a 15-second change in state. We back tested it, so stop goes at the high, and we have the RTH gap below. So yeah, clearly it's working out. I'm not saying it was bad. For me, it's just not my style. But maybe I should start taking these more. I don't know. It's just, if a trade like this loses, I always get kind of frustrated, you know. So, but this already hit. It's 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1. So not bad. But you kind of see what I'm getting at, right? So, honestly, you could probably target this art. At this point, we're probably going to come at least, maybe fill the RTH gap. So, we'll see. One thing, though, is I really don't like being bearish. And I just don't like being bearish. We got midnight below. 24,900 next. Yeah, I think RTH filling is kind of logical. RTH getting filled is kind of logical. Yeah, man, I guess maybe we should have just taken that 15-second change of state, but like this is why we forward test, and this is why we tape read, is because if we're not sure, we can learn from it so we can take it in the future, right? If I'm not sure and I don't want to risk anything, then I don't have to. But yeah, clearly that happens a lot. So all right, I'll be right back. I'm just super stuffy right now. Oh man, that obviously would have worked out really nicely. So that's okay. I'm considering, guys, making a separate account to take a second trade in New York. That way, if I allow myself to take a second trade in New York, it's I try and be disciplined about both the trades, and I just want to have them be on separate accounts, because that basically means I can put daily loss limits on them, so I can never go ever on tilt, which is exactly what I want. Okay, where is my charger? I need to charge my phone. Um, dang. Dang, we could have had such a huge win. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Well, now we know for the future. Sometimes we just got to take for those first strikes that are kind of chasing price. You honestly just got to take them. Lesson learned, right? Whenever you guys have a first strike and it's chasing price, you might feel like it's chasing price, but it's honestly still worth it. I lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. If there's a first strike and you feel like you're chasing price, you're really not. So just keep that in mind, guys, because look at what you can get if you do just take it, right? So I thought that first strike might be chasing price, but it clearly wasn't. And I'm still looking for a charger for my phone. Wow, man, it's crazy. We could have caught a huge trade today. Huge. But that's okay. I don't care. It's all a process. So lesson learned, guys. If we ever have a first strike that's we're not sure about, and it feels like it's chasing price, but there's a pretty obvious draw in liquidity below. We should just take it. So lesson learned, right? But you never know. We could still get something now because we did get this huge move lower. At this point, decent chance we fill the RTH gap, you know? Where's the RTH low? Yeah, at this point, this is probably going to get filled. We just took midnight. Filled to the tick. On my chart, we haven't filled it yet. But yeah, that first presented for value gap. So guys, lesson learned about this first presented for value gap. You might feel like you're chasing price when you take these, but that's a lot of the time. That's how these trades are meant to be taken. Is when you have the first presented for value gap. That's not the right one I wanted to do. When you have the first presented for value gap and you get a 15-second change of state, a lot of time it's gonna feel like, oh, I'm just chasing price, but actually that's how these trades are meant to be taken. So lesson learned, right? I didn't take it because it felt like I was chasing, and I also just didn't like it. But at some point, you have to ask yourself what trades are working and what ones aren't. And I seriously see these first strike trades where it's a aligned time frame change in state off of the first presented for value gap. I seriously see these work so often. And so you could have just targeted midnight, and that'd be 4.5 to 1. So ask yourself what trades are actually working, and past that, just everything else is noise. First strike worked really well, so this was worth at least trying. And then down to midnight. May take a short at 25,082. Yeah, could be good. ES tested the low it made at the time, NQ could reject off of it. Yeah, it makes sense. Where's previous day's low? Oh, there's no way we'll go to previous day's low. Previous day's low is all the way down there. So yeah, we're below midnight now. So you can see how being above 7:30 and being above midnight allowed for you to detect that this was probably the manipulation and this was probably the distribution. This is why I like true opens, because it's going to basically give you a template for, okay, are we like, what if we're above them, if we're above both of them, we're probably manipulating, and then take it to the other side. And then the RTH gap was a nice confluence as well. So it basically gives you the map of where we should likely go. No, dang it. But you see what I'm saying, right? Because we're above both of these. And then as well, we can also do the 90-minute cycle. So we could do 7:30, 9:22. Yeah, this is where things get real fun. Look, 9:22. Honestly, with just the 90-minute cycle, the true day open, and the true session open, you can get very, very precise. Check this out. 9:22. Look at how we pop above it. And then once you see we pop above it, you could say, okay, that was manipulation. We're going to expand to the other end. So then this would give you bias to take the first strike and have conviction in that first strike. I'm not saying there was a trade right here, but what I'm saying is it allow you to take conviction in that first strike. And yeah, maybe you take this 1 minute change instead of delivery retest. That maybe could have been fine as well. That was right on market open. Typically those work out somewhat pretty decently well, especially because we're above still both 7:30 and midnight. So sometimes you just have, like, I know, like, obviously I haven't been super happy with the trades I've taken, but sometimes you do have to just take trades just to take on risk, because sometimes the trades you don't think are going to work, or at least you're not super confident in, sometimes they actually are somewhat decent, and it's all about probabilities, because nothing's ever 100%, and this actually was pretty decent, even though I wasn't sure about it. It's pretty decent, so sometimes you just gotta, sometimes it's just about, like, honestly, I really do think at the end of the day, profitable trading is about risk management. As long as you have a decent understanding of price. So anyway, we're getting closer to filling this RTH gap. We're below both of our true opens. I'm not taking this. I'm just, the one thing about it is we are below both true opens. And you know what? We have SMT with YM on the 6 hour. So it's going into the next macro. But yeah, we have not filled the RTH gap. Nothing obvious right now for me. It's a 1 minute gap. I kind of just feel like this will just reject price to go fill the RTH gap. That's just, I don't know. It just seems logical to me that that would be the case. So 1 minute gap, 15-second change in state. Oh, I was gonna take it, bro. I was gonna take it. I kid you not, I was going to take it, but I didn't have my phone. Oh my. Never mind. I was gonna take it, bro. Now we did just get a 1 minute IPG. I don't want to take the risk reward is not good enough. And I know that's probably gonna work too. But yeah, you guys saw that idea, right? 1 minute gap, 15-second change in state. We might still tap it. So, you know, maybe we could look and see. We can be patient. Maybe we'll still tap it, but I don't know. Would I even want to take it if we tap it? Probably worth the RR though. From an RR point of view, it's probably worth the RR. And there was SMT. All right, I'm gonna put the limit. I'm gonna put a limit order in. So, or maybe I'm not going to, bro. I didn't take it. Yeah, because I didn't like the fact that we, yeah, I didn't take it. That actually saved me. So. Why? What's so funny? What's so funny? Gary's laughing. Gary's laughing. Well, this is why I try and be extra precautious, because sometimes I think of things and they're not so smart, right? So now, maybe we'll get SMT. Nice, Javier, nice. You like how I'm not even looking at the, I'm not even looking at electronic trading hours. I don't even, I'm focused on this RTH gap getting filled. I think that's what's likely, right? Do some of you guys just watch me for entertainment? Like, is this like an NFL game to you? My dad was telling me that yesterday. He's like, some of your viewers, they probably just watch you because it's just fun for them to watch you. Like, it's like a NFL game. I'm like, oh, maybe. Right now we have SMT. I don't know, guys. I think this is kind of consolidating right now. So I think we're gonna just chill out a little bit. I'm gonna chill out. Honestly, let's get rid of a lot of this. But that first strike lower was pretty nice, guys. So now it's 10 a.m. Could we get 10 a.m. reversal? It's possible. Right when 10 a.m. formed, we had this gap here. But we do have SMT here. I wish we had the 90-minute cycle true open, but it's all the way up there. Wait, look, this is interesting. Hang on. I don't know. I guess it's not obvious SMT. I was thinking maybe you could consider SMT, but I'm not seeing anything obvious right now, guys. I'm not. But yeah, it is 10 a.m. I guess one thing to note is we're probably within a gap here. What is this? 1 hour gap? 1 hour gap. And now the 15-minute has closed back within the initial candle range off of this 1 hour gap. So this could be Genesis right here, right? Where anything below this could be a sniper entry, right? To go target the other side of the range. Makes sense, because this is a 15-minute CRT. You see what I'm saying? And then this is a 1 hour gap. So this right here is the Genesis entry that we came up with, where you basically take anything below the close of candle 2 as the optimal entry. And then note how that was aligned with this 2022 gap. So maybe we have a 15-minute gap. Yeah, I'd say 15-minute implied gap. We're below midnight, remember that? I don't know, guys. I'm really thinking this is accumulation, so probably whichever way we manipulate actually is where we're going to go. Is that possible rejection block? Right here? Yeah. On 15-minute wick. With YM. Look, this was a Phoenix model on YM. It was a good one too. Why? Because you can just tell. You can just tell what rejection blocks are nice. This is a nice one. The way we pop off. Obviously, this took out all of these lows. So now this is going to be super sensitive. And it came with SMT. So now, yeah, look at that. Right out the consequent encroachment. Bang. That's Phoenix model right there. So that would have been on YM. That would have been nice. And why is this rejection block nice, guys? Because it's just so obvious that this rejection block took out all of these market participants from this range. It's so obvious. Okay, so Genesis model so far playing out, right? We said that anything below the close of candle 2 of the CRT could be optimal. And you can see that is anything below here. But then again, guys, what I'm thinking is I might just look for, what I was trying to do is look for AMD, right? Oh, I might take this. 7. We closed a little too low. Maybe if we get a Jan entry. Okay, I might probably take this Jan entry. We have S&T. Okay, I'm going to take the Jan entry. Why can't I enter a market? Why can't I? Why is it doing limit sell and not market sell? Oh my. Okay, I guess I'm not taking it, bro. How am I going to walk? Lesson. I learned a lesson there, though. Okay. Alright, so I did not end up taking that. 'Cause one thing I learned, right, is if you want to take a trade, make sure the order type is correct. If you have it on limit, it's gonna put a limit order. This is something that I gotta learn at some point, right? If I have it on limit order, it's gonna do a limit order. If I have it on market order, it's gonna do a market order. Make sure the order type is correct and it's not limit order. Otherwise, it's gonna put a limit order in. It's kind of common sense, but it's just kind of. I'm trying to get Tradevate to stop logging me out, right? Because every single time I click a button, it logs me out. So right now, nothing obvious. Well, is there an issue using Tradevate platform on TradingView? Yeah, but I like to execute my personal account on my phone because then I can execute prop firm accounts on my computer. It just makes it easier. That's why. Yeah. Okay, like I said, I don't know. I don't know why it logs me out. Okay, let me try and fix this. Oh, for real? ES setting up with a 1 minute SMT? Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna try deleting the app because what happened is every time I log into Tradevate, it's logging me into my old Apex account, and I want it to log it into my personal account. So I'm gonna try uninstalling it and reinstalling it. Oh my gosh. It's still logging me into the old Apex account. gosh, that's annoying. I just have to make sure my phone doesn't turn off. That's the thing. Delete, wait, delete what? Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know, guys. Nothing looks obvious to me. I'm not liking this. But yeah, now I've learned I always have to make sure it's on market order, not limit order, which you would think I would know, right? But I forgot, right? And I've forgotten quite a lot, so. And then the other thing I'm going to always do is I'm going to make sure that when I'm on my personal account, that it's always set up and just placed right here, so I can just click buy and then click sell as needed, right? So I'll just be able to execute both at once and then both at once. So I'm always just gonna have it right there. Yeah, guys, I might. Let's see. Midnight, right here. Oh yeah, here's the issue. My phone will be on low power mode, and then it will turn off, and then when it turns off, it logs me out. That's the issue. Oh man, like I don't even want to. This is all just pointless price action, honestly. It's all accumulation right now. Let's go. Let's go, Javier. 20 points. That's pretty good. Yeah, guys, I don't even want to look at this. I'm going to go on another walk. But now I kind of, every day I learn something new. Like, two things I learned today. One, make sure my order type is always market, not limit. If I'm doing if I'm doing limit, then it's fine. But obviously, if I'm doing a market, I need to have it be market order. Because I've messed that up, and I missed like a 3 yard trade once, and that was so annoying. So I always got to make sure of that. And then the other thing is turn my phone off low power mode so it stops fading the screen to dark, dude. So I don't get logged out. And then honestly, you know what? I'm gonna put it, guys, I have an idea actually. I could put it like this. I could put it on this little stand here. And like I could just click the button. No, that's kind of smart. I just go like this and I go send and then send. It's like a control panel, bro. I like that. That's actually sweet. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. And then I can also always keep my phone charging at the same time. Alright, guys, we have the solution. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Every day we learn something new on how I can trade better. Yeah, that's a sweet idea. Okay. I might need something to set it on. Is this an iPhone 17 accessory? No, but it is a trading live stream, and I'm showing you guys, ways you can optimal. Because if I'm treating it like a professional, there's no point in even being on my phone anyway. I can just have my phone sitting up there at all times. My phone, when I'm trading my phone, its only purpose, when I'm trading my phone's only purpose is to be a button. My phone's only purpose is to be a button. It's literally a button. But guys, that was a nice, the first strike tape read was pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. That was a pretty good tape read today. So I'm going to put this box on the ground. So that way... Alright, I'm putting boxes on the ground. Alright. Nice. Alright. We have the ultimate setup now at all times. I have the button in my top left, the ultimate. It's literally like I'm flying an airplane. Like I'm like, alright, execute order 66. Not 66, that's not, you know what I mean though, like I can just press a button in the corner here and it's just gonna go bang. Like, yeah. Okay, so I guess let's keep reviewing price action, right? Dude, this is nice. This is very nice. I'm glad we thought of this, honestly. Because now I don't ever have to worry about the screen going dark again. That was actually a big issue for a while for me. So every day I learn something new. Practice your emergency landings? Yes, bro. No, but it's true, guys. Like, most people do not talk about these aspects of trading, like execution, calculating risk in your head. Like, there's so many untalked about aspects of trading which makes me feel like a lot of people are just lying. Like they're not doing it for real, you know? I feel like a lot of people fake it, right? But in real trading, I have to make sure my phone doesn't turn off and log me out. I have to make sure I don't click a limit sell instead of a market sell. I have to make sure I calculate the risk properly. It's crazy how many things you don't think about that are a part of execution that aren't even part of trading. It's crazy. And most people like don't even talk about any of it. It's kind of crazy, you know? But that's part of the process is you learn like, okay, how can I calculate really fast? Okay, let's get really good at doing the mental math in my head. And then I go, okay, 3. So that's no micros on personal, 12 micros on top step. Bang. I did that in less than 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's not something other people talk about because other people just think, I don't know, maybe other people just, they're not, what, SMT 1 minute NQES, yeah, I don't know, it's just not super obvious, but it you know, but it could have worked, I don't know. We still, SMT, yeah, we still have this bearish SMT. So we actually could definitely get something, right? Let's mark out the macro because we're coming into the macro. And guys, I am keeping that rule where if I have unlimited break evens and wins, but once I take that loss, I'm done for the day, right? So 850 to 1110 macro right here. Or no, not 850, 1050. And guys, I love making new templates because every single time I make a new template, I'm like, oh, that's something that I've never recorded in price action before. And so then, you know, you just kind of feel like you're making progress. It's kind of stupid, but. So here's the issue, right? We have SMT and then SMT. I'm going to get rid of that second RTH gap because honestly, I can't tell you how many times I've clicked on it and I've been like, it's not the one I wanted to click on. I got to clean up my templates, honestly. Let's see where equilibrium of this is. So it'll be interesting to see if we respond to equilibrium here. Yeah, my phone still hasn't turned off, so that's exactly what I want. Very happy about that. Every day we get a little better. Just a little bit. 5-minute BPR here. So there's been no real manipulation, guys. So there's no reason to take a trade. Because why do I say there's not been manipulation? Because it's a channel, dude. Like, this is such an obvious channel. Until we break out of this channel, it's like, this is something Dodgy was talking about. Like, if you ever see this channel forming, like, you know, this isn't obvious that we've had manipulation. It would be obvious if we have manipulation if we come up out of the channel, breaking out of the channel, and then getting change in state. Alright? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? Oh, nice. 7 watching. That's actually quite a bit. It's more than I thought. Nothing light bulb to me, guys. I loved that first presented for value gap 15-second change. Well, I should not say that. I didn't love it. At the time, I wasn't sure. But now, in hindsight, I love it, right? Now that it's happened and I can clearly see that was a good trade, I'm gonna be jumping on that next time. I just wasn't sure in the moment, but now if I see a first one for value gap trade, it's like it feels like I'm chasing price. Just know it's actually still a good trade even when you're chasing price on the first one for value gaps, because what that means is the market's expanding aggressively. No, I didn't. I was gonna take a trade and then I accidentally put a limit order in, so I didn't take it, and it was not a good trade. So was not a good trade at all. So I'm very happy I didn't take it. And I wanted the trade that I wanted to take, or not wanted, or the trade that I learned that I should have taken today was this 15-second change of state off of the first presented for value gap. And it feels like you're chasing price, but just remember that that's not really the case with first presented for value gaps, because the idea is if the first presented for value gap holds, it's because it's expanding. The market, it's expanding off a 1 minute for value gap very aggressively. So actually, you might not like these kinds of trades. You might feel uncomfortable, but these kind of trades are actually pretty decent. Even though for me, I don't like it because it feels like I'm chasing price, but it actually ends up being kind of decent. And so I should have just taken this. Lesson learned, right? And then I would have targeted probably midnight, and this would have been 4-1. So this is why we learn, right? We learn every day. So I might not have liked that in the moment, but now I know. It might feel like I'm chasing price, but when it comes to the first presented for value gap, and when the market's expanding, especially towards, a high probability liquidity pool like this actually isn't really chasing. This is actually a pretty strong trade, and that's a lesson I learned today. Is don't feel so bad about taking a first minute for value gap trade where it feels like you're chasing price, because that's kind of the exception to the rule. Like the first minute for value gap, that's how those trades are kind of supposed to be sometimes. Is they're gonna feel like you're chasing, but it's just part of the expansion that's going on. I'm still in shorts, holding until 24,900. Let's go. Yeah, that's going to be quite a move if you catch that, bro. That'd be sick. You know, we have a 15-minute breaker. Obviously, I kind of wanted to see the market rebalance the equilibrium, but it's always possible we don't need to, because we have this breaker here. We are obviously using it so far. Where's midnight? Wow, I still have access to stat map? I thought for sure I wouldn't anymore. I'm pretty sure I canceled it a while ago. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything obvious, guys. It just feels like a channel, like accumulation. I don't like it. It's not something I would trade. Why is New York so like, okay, if you're good at these kinds of moves where it just instantly moves at market open, then you probably like New York price action, because that's typically what happens. Is New York is just going to go in crazy expansion all at once. And I'm not saying I can't get better at those, because eventually I'm going to get better at catching these big expansions that don't really give opportunities, because I'm going to be able to take lower time frame trades like that first presented for value gap first strike trade that we talked about. But with that being said, I really do actually like London price action a lot more for my trading style, because it's like London typically doesn't have those expansion moves until you know, it's giving you a really nice entry. Like, remember this one? We talked about this liquidity sweep breaker structure 2022 gap right here. I don't know, man. Something about just London simplicity is just really nice. Maybe I'm being biased though, because I'm kind of sick of New York, but I might make a separate account for trading London, right? But you can see liquidity sweep breaker structure for value gap, and then we had a 3-minute volume imbalance at the top. And so I was telling all the guys last night that were in the stream, like, this was a nice vulture gap. Meaning, anytime you have a volume imbalance above a 2022 gap, it's going to be very, very sensitive. And, yeah. Not vulture for value gap, vulture gap. So yeah, this is the 2022 gap. And then the vulture gap is going to be a volume balance that rests above the 2022 gap. Kind of cool. Guys, I think, I don't know. This is not price action that I prefer right now. Nice, there's still 7 watching. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not in love with this price action, guys. I'm not super in love. Bro, this is like those support and resistance channel traders heaven. This is what their heaven looks like. Oh my gosh, it's actually like, this is like a nice little channel. I don't think I've ever drawn a channel on stream, but this is a nice channel. I mean, it is. S&P has a weird looking channel in the opposite direction. But yeah, I don't normally even look at that. But it's important because what channels mean is they mean high resistance and low resistance liquidity, right? Try out channels. Do it for this. You need a vulture. Yeah, I'm not giving you a vulture cap sound effect. Try out channels. What is there to try out though? Like, what's the trading model? What's the trading model when it comes to channels? Like buy when it hits support and sell when it hits resistance. I mean, that could work. I just don't. I don't know. How do you know for sure if it's in a channel? Yeah, I don't know. I prefer trading what makes sense to me, which is that the market's gonna go run through all the highs and lows, which is why I like ICT concepts. I don't know why the market's gonna support off a trend line. It doesn't really conceptually make sense to me, but what does make sense is people have stop losses below old lows and above old highs. And so that's why I like ICT trading, because I understand that it's all about liquidity. Oh yeah, so basically just low resistance liquidity runs. That's already how I trade. So no obvious manipulation. So even if we got change state delivery here to lower to go run these LRLRs, this LRLR lows, not convinced we've had manipulation yet. So I wouldn't take anything because it's just not obvious that there's been manipulation. Like, yeah, we're breaking out of this trend line. I don't know. It's not high probability to me personally because I could be so wrong. We might just deliver lower here off of this. With ICT, I can see the algo matrix. What is a can't? Yeah, this is literally just bear flags and bull flags. You know, it's every aspect of trading has truth to it. There's truth to it because what is this? This is low resistance liquidity. It was high resistance, and then once we break the trend line, it becomes low resistance. And so that's what trendline trading is. It's low resistance and high resistance liquidity, just super simplified. It's not a bad thing. It's not. But the problem is you start to pattern trade it and you don't understand what's actually going on, which is AMD. You don't understand you don't understand the AMD cycles that are going on in the market, and that and when you start to see the market in only trend lines, you're not looking at where's the manipulation? Okay, where's the higher time frame gap? Okay, where's the change state? I mean, there's just a lot of things. I like to understand the market at a little deeper level than just simple trend lines. But then again, right, a lot of people can do it really profitably, and I'm not hating on them for it. It's up to them to find what works for them. So yeah, we are breaking out of this little trend line here. I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling like I kind of want to fade everyone. Kirk, what the heck, Kirk? What the heck? Right now we have S&T with this. That's why I have this marked out. Then again, though, if the market is a part of an expansion move lower, this rejection block is going to just completely fail, right? Which is very possible that that's the case. Jake, go on the 4-hour time frame, mark out the gradients of the wick. You will see we reject C of that on ES at 9:33. That's crazy. That's so crazy. The 4-hour time frame, mark out the gradients of the wick. Of what wick? The green one. Oh, this wick? I don't know. That's pretty cool, though. I have to admit. That's pretty cool. So, 5-minute rejection block. Phoenix model with SMT is holding so far. Kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. So we had the 5-minute rejection block. We had SMT. Oh, sometimes if I'm not sure, I just like to tape read. Oh, you know what? This was 90-minute SMT. Oh, now that makes so much sense. Oh my gosh, this was a 90-minute SMT. Wow. Okay, so we had 90-minute SMT there. I'm not trying to rush into anything. Macro's coming up in 5 minutes. You know what might be kind of cool is 90-minute SMT, right? Maybe we use this rejection block here. Only thing is, did this rejection block even take liquidity? Did it? So we have an old low here. Oh, where's 1022? Or 10, not 1022, 1052. So 1052, guys, true open of the 90-minute cycle is gonna form here. 1052 in 1 minute. So we're gonna form this true open, and then we might induce this low. Right, so this is why I want to wait for the true open, because the true open is going to form here. Also, hey, Shaney, what's SMTF? Is that just SSMT with a 2022 model? Because I just call those 2022 models with SSMT. I don't call it SMTF, but I'm assuming that's what it is, right? I think it's just a 2022 model with time-based SMT. So come on, make this closure here. What I would honestly kind of want to see is, Oh wow, we have a SMT here as well. Smart Money took the fill? Oh, well, I don't know how to see that. Was this previous day's low? No, this is low of the day. Hmm. So I think we're below all of the true opens. We're below midnight. We're below 7:30. Oh wait, I meant the macros right now, right? Yeah, macros right now. Not this is not. I don't want to take it because I know it's not like a normal trade I would take, but yeah, I don't care about 8:30 anymore. I honestly don't care because what is 8:30? It's I don't know, man. It doesn't make. I mean, 8:30 might be. I don't know. I think from what I've seen in my back testing, 7:30 is a lot more accurate of a time level, and it makes sense because it's aligned with the quarterly cycles. So that's why. And I just back tested it so much I just realized, oh yeah, 7:30 is better. Yeah, 8:30 news times. I know that, but I don't know. I've seen 7:30 be like way like crazy precise from my back testing. But I don't think 8:30 is bad. So this could be a inducement. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a news time, but I've seen 7:30 be way more accurate, and it makes more sense to me why. Because, midnight is super accurate, and why? Because it's the open of the second quarter. And then I started thinking about AMDX, and like, manipulation is only going to be AMDX or XAMD. It's only going to be in the second quarter or the third quarter. So that's why I like the true open, because it's going to give you a reference point to detect that manipulation in the second quarter or the third quarter. If I'm losing 8:30, like maybe that's helpful, but I don't know. The 7:30 time is before Q2, so I don't know. There's reasons for both, but I've been liking 7:30 a lot. So yeah, it would have worked, huh? All right, so this might end up failing, just because maybe the higher time frame draw on liquidity is the RTH gap getting filled. So kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like we had a 5 minute breaker, or like a breaker in general. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Probably just Yeah, I should have just assumed we're probably going to go fill this. Then again, we might react off of this. I don't know. Are we at consequent encroachment of this? So you never know. We might react off of this, but it's possible we do react off of this. But I'm not taking it. I'm probably just gonna be done for the day. No trades. So this was a 5-minute breaker, and then we did have this 30-second change in state. So yeah, this actually would have worked out. And you know, treating it like a bear flag, you know, same trade, but completely different concept. But it's not really different concepts because they're trading trend lines, we're trading lower resistance liquidity. It's the same thing. But yeah, I don't know. This was not an obvious change in state yet for me, so I would not have taken this. That's just my own personal opinion. It's too consolidating. It's too much of a consolidation. I don't think it's good. 30-second rejection block, though. This actually looks kind of clean. I'm not going to lie. Like, imagine... Okay, I kind of want to try this on demo, or maybe we soup into the rejection block. Consequent encroachment, like one last soup. I know, I don't normally do this, but I want to just see if this works. It probably won't. It almost certainly won't, but... No, I don't want to practice trades I wouldn't take. It's not going to work because drawing liquidity is the RTH gap getting filled. That's not going to work. It's going to fail. Man. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the demo trade. I'm not taking the demo trade, Gary. But, I do think if I take a trade and I have, let's say I have to be done for the day, at that point, it's okay. Like, if I take a trade and it's a loss, I think, and I have to be done for the day, I think it's okay then to take demo trades because I should only be taking we talked about this before. I should only be taking demo trades if it's a trade I would take for real to not practice bad habits. But with the rule of once I take a loss for a day, I have to be done, that changes things. So if I've taken a loss, then I think it's okay to take trades on demo because at that point I'd be taking demo trades which I would consider taking for real. Right, so that's when I'm gonna allow myself to take trades on demo. If I take a loss, because once again, I do one loss max in a day. So, man, what time is it? Is it almost 9 minutes, guys? This has been the most boring day. This has been the most boring day of price action. Oh, not a fun trading day, man. Nothing I like. Nothing. This is so pointless. Sponsored by Doritos. I hate this price action. I hate this price action so much, dude. So yeah, probably no trades for me today. That we were so close to taking that first strike, which would have been. What would this first strike be now? What kind of RR would this be? I wasn't close to taking the first strike, but I did mark it out. Team PM session. Bro, one day, when I have more free time and I can do that, you already know I'm going to be trading PM. Also, you already know I'm going to be trading Asia and London in bed from my laptop and my webcam. I'm going to be sliding like some crazy 7-hour London trades on live stream one day. But as of right now, I have other things I have to do. So I got to get sleep right now. But the future, or maybe, I might actually do London streams every once in a while if I'm up, but it'd probably be from my bed and I'd probably be like half asleep. Maybe I won't. I'll try to make sure I'm not half asleep. Okay, I'll try and take it seriously. But when I take a trade in London, I'm gonna make a separate personal account specifically for London, and I will not be copy trading the account across my top steps. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because with London, I feel like you can get those super sensitive trades, like the one we talked about yesterday with the vulture gap. You guys remember that yesterday? Or no, yeah, we were just talking about it. It was like we got the exact high, and it's like those are reasons why I want to trade London. It's because London's super sensitive. And see that rejection luck fail, that was not a good trade, right? But yeah, I'm glad that we keep learning stuff every day. I keep learning, okay, I'm going to have my phone setting up there. I'm going to be charging it so the screen doesn't dim. I need to make sure I click limit order instead of market order. These are all things that slowly improve my trading. They're very subtle, but they help. They do. So this was maybe a 15-minute change in state or a 5-minute change in state. Yeah, this was clean. Trade the 1 second. Most people would just laugh and say no way, but I actually think if you line time and price correctly, there's no reason you can't, but it's hard. Oh my, this was clean. What? Bro, oh my gosh. This was oh wait, never mind. I don't like this wick. I changed my mind. I didn't see that wick. That wick changes everything. I don't like it. If it didn't have this wick, and we just got to close like this, then that would be kind of clean, but... I didn't see that wick. Um, 11:06 Eastern time. Did we fill the RTH gap yet? Yeah, bro. RTH gap's been filled. RTH gap has been filled, everyone. So we should have just all full ported to the fill of the RTH gap from the start of the session. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We're not doing that. Wait, this 1 minute inversion is kind of nice. Six? This would be 6 cons. Through 5, so 5 times 4 is 20. I'm gonna take this if we get it. Is this a 15-minute gap? 15-minute gap? Yeah, it's an old 15-minute gap right here. Did it fill? All right, I'm gonna target 1-to-1 here. And I can leave a runner. I can leave a runner for the L or LR up there, or I could even trail the stop. Once we get here, I could trail the stop. That's probably what I'll do. If this ends up working, which I don't know if it will, but here's the trade so you guys can see it. Right, 1 minute change of state off a 15-minute gap. Pretty nice AMD. We filled the RTH gap perfectly. 1 minute change in state. So I entered on the 1 minute change of state right here. I could take all off at the second standard deviation, but I kind of want to just take a win here. So, okay, let's figure out how much to take off here. Maybe like... Or should I go all out? Should I just go 1-to-1 like I wanted to? Honestly, let's just trail the stop. Let's take half off and then trail the stop. That's what I'm gonna do because I don't want to overcomplicate it. So I'm gonna take half off and trail the stop. So come on, let me switch this to 10. All right, we're just gonna have to put a limit order. You think I should target 1-to-2, Kirk? That's a pretty reasonable idea. I think I'll just target the POC. Here's what I'll do. Okay. You know what? All off at the first standard deviation, bro. That's fine. I just want to win, dude. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna target that high, dude. I'm just gonna target that high. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. You're right, Gary. I gotta control my emotions better. Alright, okay. Let's actually just figure out a plan for this. Let's figure out a plan. We could target the fourth standard deviation. Bro, could you imagine? It's probably gonna work. We don't have S&T though, do we? Yeah, I'm controlling my emotions. You you think we should target the fourth? Alright. Alright, bet. Let's target. Actually, no. I'm gonna target the second standard deviation, bro. This is just the logical spot to target. Let's just be logical. I'm gonna target the second standard deviation, and that's a pretty sweet target, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna do this. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, but I'm gonna target. I'm gonna target the second standard deviation. This is fine. No, it's not demo, but yeah. But I don't know, man. It could easily fail. I'm just, you know, trying my best. So. Alright, I don't even care anymore, dude. This is a good trade. I'm liking it. I'm gonna be done. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm done. I don't care. Once again, controlling emotions is key, so. Wait, half off at 25,048. Yeah, that's not bad. Not a bad idea. Okay, you've convinced me, bro. Let's just do that. I don't know, man. I want to have stop loss there. I don't even know, bro. I buy the TradingView subscription every year on Black Friday, and then I kind of just forget what one I bought. If it's at the low of a dealing range, then um, then I might actually hold it for quite a while. We'll see. Maybe I should target the dealing range high. We can target the 8th standard deviation, bro. 2, 4, 8. This trade could no. I'm gonna target just this high. Bro. Sometimes you just gotta just be content. I'm gonna target that high. So maybe just break even at this high. Okay, let's go break even at this high. I like this is at the low of the dealing range. Okay, we could go break even now. So I guess I'm going break even now. I don't like that reaction, bro. Oh my gosh. It's annoying. Okay, I got break even out. Alright. Why not body? Wait, what do you mean? Why not stop loss at the end of the body? Oh, you know what? This is probably going to be a 2022 model. We're probably going to induce this low. I got to be done. It's the end of my live trading window, though. I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah, I should just be done. I don't want to do anything dumb. So I'm just going to be done. Oh, I have to journal it. What do you mean wick versus body? I don't know what you're referring to. Oh yeah. I mean, that's just your own way of uh that's your own way of marking out break even. Yeah. Yeah, that's a perfect that's actually a pretty good observation, Gary. I appreciate it. That's smart. Hmm. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone break even, guys. I honestly went break even probably because of emotion. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a 2 minute walk and then I'm gonna basically reevaluate because I'm pretty sure that I should have just held this trade. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, I just gotta be done for the day. So I'm gonna close out everything. Yeah, and then I'm gonna journal it, and then I'll be done. But yeah, break even day today for me. All right, let's just quickly journal it, and then I'll be done. All right, so we're going lower now, so I don't feel so bad about my break even decision. I think it was fine. Oh, I just got a cramp. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we could induce these lows and then continue higher, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's okay. We went break even. Let's just go ahead and put this in the spreadsheet and in Reflect IQ, and then I'll be done. I could post it on Twitter, but once again, I'm just kind of, I don't know. I eventually want to get to the point where I post every trade on Twitter, but yeah. So flow state retest. Let's just put notes in. Let's make sure we put the notes in. So, okay. So, I liked. Whoops. I liked the momentum that we got coming off CE of the 15-minute for value gap. We had a nice accumulation range above, and we perfectly filled the RTH gap, which was an added confluence. Once we started chopping around, I was not nearly as happy with the trade, because if we were to go higher, we should have accelerated higher at that time. The fact we slowed down was a red flag to me. One of the things we could have done, right, is when we got this candle like this, when we get that candle, at that point I'm okay with going break even, because this candle, this should deliver us to the draw on liquidity. The fact that it didn't, it kind of invalidates the whole idea, right? So an idea for the future is, I could have done differently, is right as soon as we got that initial momentum candle, it could have made sense to go break even right then and there. And to be honest, that's what I think would have been best in this situation. I hated holding through the chop. Or maybe another idea is if we start consolidating like that. No. I was gonna say if we start consolidating like that, maybe I just exit the position, but I think that's not really good. Okay, so yeah, I really do not like doing this. So do I give this post-trade approval? Let's go look. 15-minute gap, 1 minute change in state. I mean, yeah, we had good momentum. Honestly, this could very well be an inducement of these equal lows into a gap, this 2022 gap. Whoa. Look at OTE. OTE is holding price down. I think we'll go through it. Oh, we're gonna go through it. Or not? Oh, now I'm interested. Oh my gosh, I gotta finish this. You know what? I'll just screenshot the trade. I'll put it in Reflect IQ, and then I'll be done. So, yeah. Alright, probably something like that. Alright, let's go ahead and screenshot. And I'll put it in Reflect IQ. Oh my gosh, is OTE holding? Oh my gosh. OTE might be holding. Okay, this inversion actually is really nice. Not taking it. It's good. It's decent. This is decent. This is decent. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's way past my live trading window. It's like way over, so I'm not taking it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, it's decent, but I can't. I gotta be done. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna end the stream here, guys.